Mod time is here, and today we have 44 mods to take a look at. All platforms, 21 new and 22 updates, and PC Mac players got 1 update. New for all platforms, got the map Trout River Valley, Old America, New Holland T7 LWB PLMI, John Deere 4X55, Case IH Patriot 4350, New Holland FR 480 920 2025, Fimaks LT Serie Pack, Fimaks DC 1500 hay silage machine, Evers Freiberger BV19, Holaras Stego WR, BarnDom Extension, Dynamic Decorative Toolboxes, American Midwest Shop with Office, American Herbicides and Seed Storage, Snow Melter, Wood and Cotton Processing, Small Pigsty, Small Farm Package, Medium Grain Haul, and the Italian Shed Pack. If you like staying updated with all the latest new and updated mods, Farming Simulator, make sure you subscribe, check those timestamps, see what you want to see first, and let's go. Starting off, we have a new map for all platforms, Trout River Valley from Samuel Batista Modding. Actually dropped a video a couple weeks ago showing this off for the first time, and I have pinned that over on the community tab. So if you want to check that out, please feel free. It is 165 megabytes, and there are no required mods, which is fantastic. The map itself features 58 fields in total, 42 regular fields. We have 7 forestry areas and 3 special areas reserved for whatever you want, which is 49, 54, and 56. Certain areas of the map and industries are unlocked through progression and buying the land. Just like the BGA, you got to buy the land first. We also have to do the same thing for the sawmill. We also have a dredger on here. Oh yes, the dredger is here, and there's a way to get over to it. Oh yeah, we got a barge. That's so cool, and that is the only way to access this island right here. Also, the map itself kind of stops right here, right between these 2 boats. So just a heads up, you can get out here and have a little bit of fun. And if you own the area, you can also build it up, I guess. You could do that. Nobody's going to stop you from doing it. We got 3 farms on the map itself. Farmland number 1 is going to be right here, smack-a-dabba in the middle. And this is it. We'll kind of go over this in just a second. Our second one is down at the south end of the map, way down here in Farmland 52. We'll click this and visit it real quick, just to get an idea. And then our last one, Farmland number 3, is way up here for 53. We'll click that, visit, and go up. All of these are a little bit different. All of them are using base game assets, which is fantastic, just like Samuel Batista Modding's maps have done in the past. I'm always a big fan of his maps. Something about them, they just kind of, I don't know, feel cool, feel right. Feels like I'm playing, I don't know, like Farm Sim 17 again almost. They're nostalgic in a way that I can't explain. On to our usual stuff. Anything kind of interesting and neat? Well, we could buy the outside of the map. However, it is $7 million. It's high. It's very high. No new crop types, so be a heads up with that. Here's your farmland owned by default. We've got farmland 3 and 4. We also have 2 here and 7. As far as what's in those things, well, a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We do have a grass field, and we also have a wheat field ready for harvest, and then we've also got 2 fields that have been harvested or cultivated already. So those are ready to have stuff done to them. Here is your crop calendar, which gives you an idea of what to expect whenever you jump in. We do have 1 cow barn large on our map, well, on our farm. I think we've got 3 of these spread around, and then here are your contracts after 2 hours. Actually, not bad right here. We've got one for weeding. Here's a nice harvesting contract as well, and then a big fertilizing contract too. Not too shabby at all. Here are all of the available productions, none owned by default. And if we jump over and take a look at the vehicles, we get a decent chunk of vehicles in here as well. Speaking of the vehicles, the vehicle shop is really, really neat. It is, sorry about that. Get used to going into certain modes. So this down here is our vehicle shop, which kind of reminds me of the one in the Farming Simulator mobile game right now, FS23, because we have all this stuff kind of parked out front. Now, if you come in here, you will notice that they are like, assets from the game. However, you can't drive them, you can't take them, use them, or anything like that. So don't be planning on that. Also, there's a car over here. One of the electric ones. Vroom, vroom. Otherwise, that is pretty much everything that you need to know about Trout River Valley from Samuel Batista Modding. Now we also have another new map for you guys, another American map. This is called Old Americas from Princess Black, 3 out of 14 megabytes to download, and there are 4 required mods for it. We have 17 fields ranging from 1 to 3.8 hectares. There's 1 farm on the map, BGA, 3 selling stations. We have a mill on the map, but that's the only production. Of course, you could put down your own. Purchase stations for seed, fertilizer, things like that are at the nursery. Purchase stations for mineral feed at the livestock dealer. And consumables like bell wrap and bell net, seeds, fertilizer, seedlings, etc. can be sold at the depot, so it's got like a multi-selling station. That's pretty cool. Also, there are 2 construction sites, or things that are labeled as construction sites for additional productions, like a plots 21 and 23. Also, in multiplayer, any fences on the map belong to farmland number 1. So you'll have to have them delete stuff if you're a multiplayer. We've flown around a bit. Here is your PDA, and you can actually see where all those areas were that are raised up or flat. We do have a nice river that goes straight through the middle, and the road system is quite unconventional, but not too bad, not too shabby. Let's take a look. No new crop types in here, so which C is going to be what you get. If we pop down to farmland owned, we've got farmlands 1 and 2, and then we have farmland 18, which is going to be our farm. Also, worth noting, a lot of the map can't be purchased. This is one of the few maps that I've seen where there's more unpurchasable land than there is purchasable land. This does one of 2 things. It either helps because in multiplayer, it's not who owns the land, it's who owns the production, etc., that kind of thing. But also, you can't put anything down if you don't own it. So there's that. It's a lot easier to deal with on PC, but console players may find it a little bit more difficult to manage. Taking a look at the crop calendar, I assume we're going to see some pretty basic stuff through here. No animal pens owned, at least in default. Here's going to be what you can expect from contracts after a couple hours in the game. Anything worth mentioning? Let's see, we got a nice fertilizer contract there. A couple nice harvesting contracts. Those are actually paying pretty good, so that's nice. Here are our available BGA and grain mill, but of course, none owned as we talked about. And if we take a look at vehicles, not a huge selection here, but I will tell you, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Definitely a great starting setup for equipment. And for those of you counting at home, here are your 4 required mods. So that's it for maps. Now let's talk about some vehicles. We got this awesome New Holland in front of us. It is the New Holland T7 LWB PLMI for $236,000. 225 horsepower. We got a power command transmission. Is that power shift? I'm not quite sure. I know we have an auto command if we go all the way up to the top engines at 302 horsepower, 465 liters fuel, 31 miles an hour, 10.4 tons. We have wheel brands of Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestein, and a Nokian set. And we got big boys on there too. Love it, love it. Yes, we even have narrow tires, which is pretty cool. We also have a 1.5 narrow. That's neat as well. Designs, we got the T7. You also have T7-2, which changes up a few things around towards the inside. I think maybe modernizes it a little bit. Definitely moves that, what is that thing? That thing. Do you see it? I don't know why I'm trying to point at it. It's right above the seat, the monitor. It's just moving the monitor. What just happened? I don't know. Let's move on. We got the Blue Power Edition on the front. You can do the panoramic window on the top. Interior blackout. Oh, yeah. You could do it. I wouldn't in real life, but you can. And we have a couple front loaders as well. Plus, we have colors. We have all the colors, as a matter of fact. I do not have a color mod installed, and these are all the ones that are available to me. What an interesting setup. Not bad. There are no animations to talk about, so please be aware of that. Otherwise, it's a T7. Always nice to see a T7 on here as a handle. Not bad. The brakes leave a little bit to be desired. It doesn't stop quite as fast as some of the stuff that we're used to, but it ain't too bad. We got another one for you guys. The John Deere 4X55 right here. $74,000 will get it to you. 190 horsepower. We could bump that up to 230 if you'd like. We got power shift transmissions in there. Wheel brands for BKT, Vredestein, Continental, Midas. Oh boy, oh boy. We got some good stuff in there too. We also have beacon light setups, so left to right. Or no, just left in both. Oh, goodness. It tricked me out, baby. And then we have some weights on the front. You do 60, 300, 540, 780, 1020. And then we have a front hydraulic. Otherwise, that is it as far as our specs in here go. What did I say? 21 mile an hour max speed. Not too shabby. Quieter starting sound, but it does pick back up pretty quickly. So that's nice. and then we have main door, and then we have rear glass, which could be lower down. Let's take a look at it. Sounds good, but it is peaking. The engine sound will probably have to be brought down a little bit. It's a little bit hot, but the brakes work. That's a good thing. Next is a self-propelled sprayer, the Case IH Patriot 4355, 687,000 bucks. I'll get you this bad boy. 'Tis a sprayer, so liquid fertilizer and herbicide. We have a variable transmission, 37 mile per hour at max speed, holds 4,542 liters, weighs 14.9 tons, and has a 36 meter working width at 15 miles per hour. Now, we do have some pretty cool Trelleborg and BKT tires. However, everything else is going to be a wide tire. So your Michelin, Continental, Midas, Vredestein, and Nokians. But we do have some interesting stuff here. So we have a narrow tire here, and then we have this same tire, but with crop destruction. So if you wanted crop destruction, you've got them. You also have a wide tire option. And then the same thing in the BKT. We've got the wide tire, and then we have the narrow tire. We also have a narrow tire with crop destruction. And then we also have a glass color. So we got light blue, we have a light tint, a dark tint, and then a black tint, and then back to that blue tint again. Now, I would assume that this is very, very similar to the base game sprayer that we've got, because we actually have a Patriot in the base game. If you guys weren't aware, didn't know, came in an update, so I wouldn't fault you for thinking that. This one has a higher capacity. It costs a lot less. It also has less power. So all of that. Does it really cost that much less? Holy cow, it costs way less. What in the world? The base game one's the better option here. That doesn't happen very often, but it is what it is. So we've got working widths. We've got, you can bring up the sides. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's neat when you can do all of that. Plus, you can do all of it. So everything that you would want control of, you've got it. Now we got a harvester, the New Holland FR 480 920 model year 2025. And we have gone for the gold version. Yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff in here, man. Let's take a look at this bad boy. So, for $396,000 at least, the machine is yours. 476 horsepower, variable transmission, 1,200 liters of fuel, which you can increase. Very cool. 24 mile an hour max speed. We have a 20 liter capacity for your silage additive, and then we have a 13.1 ton weight. We can increase that engine 540, 653, 775, and 911 horsepower. We'll brand some Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vredestein. We have all the things there. And then you even have some wide tires. Good to see. Tank capacity, we can increase our fuel capacity up to 1,500 liters. And then we have colors. So we have the New Holland yellow. We got New Holland black. You've got the New Holland red. Yeah, case red. And then you've got the gold setup for the base game, which I think is very cool. You've also got rim colors. So whatever you like, you're good to go. It's all good. But the cool thing is, it comes with a 9-meter header. Now, this says that it requires 840 horsepower, so be aware of that. This is one of the larger headers that we've got in the game right now. 6 mile per hour max speed. We have New Holland yellow, New Holland gold, black, and then we have the Kemper red on there. So you can't choose which one you like. As I mentioned, I went with the gold because I think the gold looks sweet. As far as everything else, it's pretty normal stuff, all things considered. We do have a door which could be open, but as far as I can tell, that is going to be your only animation for this. Also wanted to try the black on the front of this. Dude, that looked pretty good. Now we only have one more vehicle to take a look at. It's the Fimaks LT Serie pack, but it's not a pack. There's only one thing in here. You have to have two things to have a pack. Come on. This includes a 50 or 60 horsepower variant, variable transmission, 55 liters fuel, 12 miles an hour. It weighs 4.2 tons, 68,000 bucks gets you the base model. We also have two different versions of front lights. Does it change your tail lights any? Nah, not even a little bit. Does sound good. We do have a telescopic front loader there. It is a, what is this? Articulating loader. So not one of my favorite things in the world, but it is what it is nonetheless. We do have a way to open both of the doors, so that is pretty cool, but those are our only animations. Oh, and if you are curious, you're going to be using front loader attachments. Now let's talk pieces of equipment. We have the Fimaks DC 1500 hay silage machine. This is kind of neat. So what this does is it mows or forages for you, And then all you got to do is hook up a trailer to the back. We have a trailer hitch there, and it'll kick it back there. Now, the working width isn't a lot, 1.5 meters, 9 miles an hour. 60 horsepower is required, so it's not that much. That's great. There's not a lot to it. It's pretty simple. So what can we harvest with it? Well, we've got grass, wheat, barley, we have sorghum, oats, soybeans, canola, and sunflowers. And I've just finally learned all of the logos of the game. Here it is, fully set up. It does make some noises. I don't know if I can get it. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, you hear it. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, we've got it set up here. We can bring it in and out. So nice to see that. We do have a fold and unfold animation, and we also have a drawbar, which can kind of bring it in and bring it out a little bit. Kind of nice. We just got some grass right here. We're gonna bring it in, turn it on, and drop it. Well, it ain't doing much, is it? Not quite. That is a different type of grass, to be fair, than the grass that's over here, for example, but this is canola. It is working though. There you go. Chaff's going in. Any other questions? All right, let's move on. So it doesn't work with decorative grass. 10-4. Now we got a new tipper trailer, the Fliegl ASW 391 from Serie. We actually talked about this in Farms of News already, but let's check it out here. Capacity of 43,000 liters, 45,000. Then we have 55, and then we have the manure spreader. The manure spreader's at 45,000 liter capacity. As far as our wheel brand goes, we have triple Trout, Michelin, Continental, BKT, and Vredal. We could change a few of those up as well, which is nice. Side protections, we have a few of those. Very nice to see a lot of options there. Fenders, well, we've got some of those too, don't we? And it actually changes up the box a little bit too, which is super cool. Reflective stripe, we got one of those. And then we have designs. You get the Panther on there. Then you got the Fliegl Taurus right there at the front as well. And then we have the Alutech? I don't know. Attach type, got attached low. Top attacher. Oh yeah. Cover. We have the grid speed cover, and then we have the top lift, which is my favorite. And then you have a curtain as well. Very cool. Plus colors for all the stuff. Next one on our list, the Everts Freiberger BV19. This is actually a slurry distributor and cultivator. So you want to make sure you put this behind a slurry tanker with a 3-point and injection system. It's got a 6-meter work width at 9 miles an hour. 80 horsepower extra is required for it. And it doesn't have any combinations. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop in here, find our slurry tankers, and then we just kind of poke around towards the back of these and see which ones have some attachments. So, for example, the Quecca right here, this will work perfectly fine for you guys. If you've been wanting to get into slurry, I know a lot of people don't do it, but it is quite beneficial. Plus, you get double application rate, and you are good to go, my friend. So there's a lot of these that we've got that will run it. Do we have it on here too? We do have it on here too. So you can even run it with the Oxbow stuff. Pretty cool. And our last new tool today for all platforms, the Holaras Stego WR. This is from BB Mods and Ridiculous Dominic. It was actually a mod that was in the tractor pull-in pack way back at FS22 and has been modified, and we've got some new features. I've also got a video out on this, so if you want to go check out my community post tab, or the posts, I think is what it is now, tab on my YouTube channel, you can check out the mod preview from this. It's pretty cool. I think I called it the most insane roller I'd ever seen in my life. So what do we got? Well, we have an unrealistic and realistic version. The difference is the regular roller right here features like a 2 to 4 times faster compaction than something the same in the game. If you go over the unrealistic version, it is a 16 to 20 times compaction rate. So you could go over a bunker like 3 or 4 times with this, and then it's completely done. I think that's pretty cool. But there's a couple other things as well. So we do have the silage roller version, but we also have the field and grass roller here too. So if you want to use this for rolling your field, you can. It also works great as a grass roller, so you can get your fertilization state in there. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You do it up to 8 meters, as we mentioned. The realistic version goes 12 miles an hour, where the unrealistic version goes 30 miles an hour. But do keep in mind, if you're using a worker, they will go 15 miles an hour no matter what. Well, up to 15 miles an hour. Anyway, we do have some additional weight on there, which is always nice to see. We have decals, which can be removed, so you can debrand it, as it were. Warning signs on there can be added. I like the tractor triangle on the back. And then we have colors. And do we have colors ever? You could tell that I had something to do with it by the fact that it's got toothpaste all over it. I love it. Yeah. Pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff going on right now. Ooh, chrome green? Wait, what was that? Was that wheels? Let's see how the chrome green... Okay, so that's their chrome green. Now I want to see... Mine's not really chrome. Mine is voucher green. But it's kind of close. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Anyway, these things are absolutely insane. If you need a roller for anything, just go download this right now. And if you like having all the unrealistic mods, go download this right now, but quicker. Now we get into some placeable items, and we have the BarnDom Extension from IKAS. So this is actually meant to go on the end of one of their buildings. We have a door opening right here. There we go. Which actually will line up perfectly with some of the other doors in the game from some of his other placeables. This is also the extension that's on the end of the big BarnDom, if you guys have used that. And the inside is the same as well. Now we do have a sleepy time trigger in here. It is by the couch, so there is that. I don't know if there's actually a trigger for changing clothes. I wouldn't expect one, to be fair. But yeah, not too shabby. You got your lights. It is stupid bright in here. And I think that's about it. Yeah, that is about it. We do have some super cool colorways with this. If you like customization, you're going to love this. So this is how it kind of starts. And then we can go into number 2, which gives us a nice little brick finish. And then we have the siding, and then the siding and the black and white flip-flop. Then it's all white or, you know, all black. If we change up our color here, we'll just change this to red to give you an example. So here's number 1 and 2. They don't change. However, 3 changes. So you can see I've gone for colorway number 5 in the version that I've got shown here. But if you've got some of the other IKAS mods, this is a perfect addition for the end. And all you have to do is line up your sliding doors and open one from one side, open one from the other, and you can walk between them. You can also put a bunch of these together if you wanted to for some reason. This is another thing that IKAS kind of showed off, was these just lined up right beside each other, one after the other. I don't really know how to do it. I don't know. Let's put one there, and then maybe we'll put one like a little farther away, and then this one will line up a little closer. There we go. 1 click, and then 2 clicks in. And then this one maybe a little bit closer. Bam! All right, so all of these are a little bit further spaced out from each other. So let's see how it is. So here's our doors. There's that one. Yep. I'm going to have to open these from inside each one, aren't I? Oh, it's going to suck. So here's what it looks like when they're not close at all. And then we've got another view of them right here when they're a little close. Come on, I got to walk outside again. Yeah, here we are from the other side. So a little bit you could still see between. I think the one I would probably go for is this version here, because the door seals line up and nothing else kind of overlaps. I think that looks great. And well, this one just got too close, didn't they? Too close, baby. Too close. So what's the magic option here? Having the column look like that. Cool. What's next? Now we're back over at the shop again to show you the next one, which I probably should have put before this one, but whatever. The dynamic decorative toolboxes, also a IKAS mod, an IKAS mod. There we go. $500, $800, $2,000, $500, $1,000 for all of these, and they are store items. So we could throw lizard branding on there. If you guys are on PC, you can actually download some versions that have like John Deere, case stuff like that, Snap-on, those kinds of things. You can download those from his Patreon for free, which is great. Now we do have a couple different things in here, including design colors and main colors. We could change those up. Actually, one of my buddies just got one very similar to this, a Snap-on version. No, it wasn't like that. It was big old like this, and he's got a TV on it too, which I thought was super cool. Anyway, he's got one of those, and I joked saying that I could have one in the game as well. So this is basically what he's got, which I absolutely think is the coolest thing in the world. But anyway, we have quite a few of them. And look at this. I could pick it up. And I can pick it up. And you can pick it up. And yeah, it rolls a little bit too. So there's that. Let's see if we can push it. Yay! I think that's so cool. Anyway, all of these can be picked up. They can be strapped down onto trailers, and you can use them for decorating the inside of your shed. Now, do they have triggers on them? No, they do not. but I think they are very cool, and I think you will enjoy them. Let's yeet one of these. Yeet. Oh, it folds back up. Get out of here. Well, that's just cool, ain't it? This next one is very cool. The American Midwest Shop with Office. So, if you remember the American Midwest Maintenance Shop, well, you might remember it anyway. Came out a little while ago. That is this. However, we have a new addition to the front of it. He was talking about making this an update. However, he's actually turned this into a new mod. So upstairs, we got some kind of fun places to hang out. I think it's pretty neat. Missing a railing here. Definitely want to put a railing up there. That's pretty dangerous without. We do have a full bathroom. Always nice to see a little bit of a, I don't know if I'd call it realism or not, but pretty cool. And then we have a pretty sweet setup for a surround sound. Is that an Xbox? Dog, that's an Xbox. Oh, I play on Xbox in the evenings. That's so cool. All right. So that's really the only new part to this, but everything else is the same. Just a quick overview. We've got a couple doors over here. One big old one right now. And then we got another one down there. We'll talk about that one. We do have a new way to work on vehicles. So we have a new one of doors here, and we have one of doors here. Yes, it's actually built into it now, but you can also put your own in here if you would like. We have this area, which has got 3 bays, and if we swing them on around, we've got another bay in here, and then we have some stairs to go up, although they are teeny tiny, so watch yourself. And we can jump. Yay! Over here, we've got a place where you can park your semi-truck if you want. You don't have to, but this is a nice place to do that. So we got some really high doors. And lastly, we got the wash bay around in here. Let's drop down and creep in. And here it is. One of the cool things is the lighting. Bam, 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 bam. So much. It's so much. And that's about it. There you go. And our last one from IKAS today is the American Herbicides and Seeds Storage. This one is pretty sweet. So we've got a 1.5 million liter capacity in our silo. And here you could do green fillable tanks. What does it say? Category sheds, grain silos, fillable tanks. It's just found in sheds. It is a silo technically, but it's found in sheds. Holy cow, this takes forever. Go. Oh, it's so annoying. It's so loud as well. Nonetheless, we got them up. We're good to go. Here's where you're going to be dumping everything, and here's what will become available. And then you could go over here and actually buy this stuff as well if you would like seeds, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. Again, it's going to be 1.5 million liter capacity. Not for all, but just for that. Oh, there's another one here. It's so loud. I can't take it. And I figured I'd make this one blue since all the other ones I've done have been... you can still hear it from here. Still been red. Moving on. So good time for this bad boy right here. This is the Snow Melter. It is a production facility around towards this side over here. You're going to be dumping all your snow into here. Basically a big old hot plate. Yeah. And then you come over here and you set it. We got 180,000 liters of snow in. We have 750,000 liters of water out. It is a 1-to-6 ratio. So for every 1 liter of snow, you get 6 liters of water. I think that's pretty good. This is a great investment if you guys play with a lot of snow on your maps, stuff like that, and you also need water. Hey, perfect. And we got another production, the wool and cotton processing. This is more than just a processing plant for wool and cotton. We have a tailor and we have a spinnery. So you take the spinnery, you take your cotton and wool, make your fabric, and then bring your fabric over to the tailor and make some clothes. They're very, very basic at the end of the day. This one is literally just everything out front. So you're going to dump everything here, control the production facility from here, and then you get everything out right here. As far as this one goes, we've got one door down at the end, and then all the way around here, we've got this. No interior. And then I think around here we've got the dump spot. It's a big old building for not a lot, but you know what? We've got a lot of smaller ones, so if you're looking for something like this, well, it's here. We got an animal pen, the small pigsty. This will hold 30 little baby piggies, which is pretty nice. We have some interior spots. This one doesn't do anything, but it is visible to be seen, I guess. If we come around here, open up, we can actually get inside where the pigs go, so that's pretty cool. Over here you can buy them, you get your slurry output as well. think both these doors just go to the same place. They do. Around here, we've got a place for our food, so you can dump that here. Food is going to be 1,200 liters, slurry is 20,000, and straw is going to be 1,000 liters. But again, only 30 pigs. I still think you're going to run out of straw overnight, though, but that's just me. Anyway, so there's that. And then upstairs, we come up here, open it up. Let's see if it kicks us off the ledge. Nope. Perfectly done. Very nice. In here, we just have a nice kind of upstairs area. Doesn't look like we've got collisions on anything, so that's really good. We won't be hitting nothing. And you can store some stuff up here if you need to. Got another pack for you. This is the small farm package. We've got a house, pigsty, chicken coop. It calls it a brick garage, but it's just garage, and then we have a metal garage as well. House, there is no interior, so we're not going to bother with that one. We also have the pigsty right here. This one actually has a silo inside and all kinds of stuff. So we've got the animals, 40 of them, foods, 10,000 liters, 40,000 liters for our silo inside, which is boop right there. That's kind of neat. I like that. And then we'll spin it right around over here, and we got a couple interior spots. So there you go. Here's a spot too. Unfortunately, it is the exact same height as our player, so it gets a little bit weird going in and out, but it's not too bad. It does feel like it's kind of all over the place, though. Like we got a little bit over here, a little bit over there. Come around here. Yay! Click that button. What's in here? Yeah, a little bit of piggy stuff. All right. So, again, plenty of room for stuff. Now, let's come over to the chicken coop. The chicken coop costs $10,000. This one will hold 50 chickens. However, you can expand it if you would like. If you buy it just the way that it is, it says 50. I don't know why. It's 58 is what it is right here. It will put a grass down for you, whether you like it or not. So just be ready for that. And then food's going to be 5,000 liters. There's our chicken area. Open. Come on, let me in. There we go. And then in around here, another little door. Pretty neat, huh? That's pretty cool. And then, of course, your eggs around here. Here's our metal garage. There's an opening there, opening there. It's pretty small, but you could put some small stuff in there. And then this is the brick garage. I could see where they got it from. However, it is not. It's called Vehicle Workshop is what it is called. So, almost got it. But again, here you go. You got a vehicle workshop there, and then just kind of a triple garage spot here. We also have a medium grain haul for you guys, or yeah, medium grain haul. It's not medium at all. This is absolutely insanely large. There's no capacities or anything. You're just dumping stuff on the floor. So heads up there, $70,000 for this one as well. And our last new one today for all platforms is the Italian Shed Pack. This includes 5 sheds. We have 3 regular ones, one with all the sides, one with no sides, but a back wall, and then one with nothing at all. They do look pretty good right up until the point that you get up close, so I'm cool with that. And then we've got an L shape here. This has got the back parts, and then here's one L shape, all completely open. Now let's check out some updates for all platforms. We got the Fendt Favorit 600 LS LSA. This is actually the Fendt that I used on my Pigsty Deer Valley series. This will be version 1.0.1. Front loader console power has been added. They've also added a second version with more power and gearbox adjustments for automatic players. Like myself, I had some issues with that. And we have mirrors been fixed. Now, if we zoom in, we've also got some other stuff down at the bottom. So, by Vasily K98, we have sound completely reworked, turbo sound adapted to the respective models, blow-off sound has been normalized, exhaust load sound redefined, detail sound and additional sound set to is local to prevent sound crush in multiplayer. However, this is also dependent on other mods in the environment and also just general volume adjustments. I did notice that it was a little bit loud when I was using it, but it's awesome. This is one of the best sounding tractors in the entire game. I will stand by that as long as I live. So if you just want some tractors that sound super cool, please go check this out. That's our only piece of equipment, so let's get into tools with the Fimaks FMV Pack version 1.1. New store item has been added, the FMV 14F. Prices have been readjusted and minor bugs have been fixed. You may have noticed that this is at the top of the mod list today because, well, there are some new Fimaks mods from KRKZ Modding, which, well, you know about already. I did want to pop in here just to take a look at this 14F. It is just like the 16, except it's 14,000 liter capacity instead of 16. Let's keep it going. We get the Holaras Silage Pack version 1001, added design color configuration. Fliegl TDK UNIMOG version 1002, added bell auto load function. That's pretty cool. Same thing for the Fliegl TDK 160 version 1001, the added bell auto load functionality, added base color configuration, added design color configuration, and added rim color configuration. Next up, Strautmann SEK 802 version 1001, added bell auto load function and added rim color config. Bredal K165. Are all these the same modder? This one's version 1001, added base color, design color, and rim colors. Düvelsdorf Silage Pack 1001, added design color config. TMC Cancela TJP610 version 1001, added design color. Net holder front, added AI support to collect bells with GPS. Boeckmann trailer pack, added design color and rim color. Bremer transport trailer, added base color, design color, and rim color. Welger DK115, added bell, auto load, base color, design color, and rim color. Feel like I'm going insane right now. The Amazon T-Pack U, base color, design color, rim color added. Weber DSC 180 got the design color. Treffler TS 1520-M3 got design and rim. And we also have the Fliegl Taurus Pack. This is showing as an update, however, still showing as version number 1 in the mod up, and there is no change log. Now we also have some placeable updates, starting with the 3 Stars Garage from IKAS version 1004. Fix the color configurations and new toolbox and workshop decorations. The 3 Stars Workshop got fixed roller doors and an update with a hall with cooling chamber. They do say to sell them before updating. Sell them before updating. Now they're at the bottom. They also fixed a problem when configuring the cooling chambers. They have changed the sheds with the cooling chambers, which are no longer combined with one version. Small and big are now separate, and a new sound and fog in the cooling chambers for better ambience. Hive trailer, we got new textures and added color config. And lastly, for all platforms, we have Buildings of Norway. This will be version 1003. They fixed minor issues with the hoving shed, changed to better description for the Groton object storage building. I don't think I said that right. Added missing collision to the Groton farmhouse, fixed an issue with the Bergton sheep barn where the player could not unload grass, fixed a technical issue with something old farmhouse, added prefab wall to Joker pallet cell point, added prefab wall to product at Rinbu carpentry, and added wood beams as a pallet cell input and Rinbu carpentry. And your last mod today, we have one update for PC and Mac players, the only PC and Mac specific mod today, the MDE Falcon FT16 from Friend Modding and Nico255. This will be version 1002, textures correction. And there it is. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you knew. Enjoyed to go ham bam. Double check those notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome day. Enjoy your weekend. And we'll see you in the next one.